Deep underwater or flying through dense cloud cover, a modern military vessel is completely cut off from the outside world. Modern navigation relies heavily on GPS, but that system requires a direct line of sight to external satellites. GPS signals cannot penetrate deep ocean water, and in a combat zone, adversaries can easily jam or destroy them. Without the ability to receive a single radio signal or even look out a window, how does a highly advanced submarine track its exact global coordinates? True aerospace and naval autonomy requires a navigation system that never has to ask the outside world for directions. The solution is the Inertial Navigation System, or INS. It operates as an onboard mechanical brain that calculates its exact position using only the internal physics of its own motion. This is actually the ultimate evolution of dead reckoning, the ancient maritime art where early sailors estimated their position using only a compass heading, their current speed, and a clock. The INS executes this same concept with hyper-fast digital perfection. It is the technology that safely guided the first transcontinental jets and supersonic fighters to their targets. By mastering its own internal physics, the INS grants modern vehicles total independence from their environment. To understand how it maps a route, imagine sitting blindfolded in a car. Even without seeing the road, you feel pushed back into your seat when the car accelerates, and you feel pulled sideways when it takes a turn. Your body is sensing inertia. The INS uses a mechanical device called an accelerometer to replicate this exact sensation. An INS uses 3 internal accelerometers placed at right angles to measure physical g-forces in all dimensions. The computer continuously monitors these forces to calculate the vehicle's exact velocity and direction. As long as the initial starting coordinates are known, mathematically tracking these internal forces over time generates a flawless map of the vehicle's current location. But in a highly maneuverable vehicle, this pure mathematics runs into a massive physical complication: Earth's gravity. If an aircraft pitches its nose upward to climb, a floor-mounted accelerometer tilts backward. Gravity begins pulling on the angled sensor, tricking the computer into registering a massive deceleration, as if the plane just slammed on the brakes. If the INS cannot distinguish between the plane tilting upward and the plane slowing down, the entire navigation sequence is corrupted. Engineers solve this gravity trap by placing the accelerometers on a stabilized platform, suspended inside a series of nested rings called gimbals. Rapidly spinning gyroscopes naturally resist any change to their orientation. These are attached to the inner platform to force it to stay perfectly level with the horizon at all times. Now, a fighter jet can roll violently, or a naval ship can pitch sharply in heavy ocean waves. The outer gimbals rotate freely around the platform, but the sensors inside remain completely flat. Because the platform stays level, gravity only ever pulls straight down through the floor of the sensor. It never interferes with the forward speed measurements. This gyroscopic stabilization decouples the chaotic physical orientation of the vehicle from the pure mathematical measurement of its travel. Yet, holding a perfectly level platform introduces one final, macro-level complication. These vehicles travel vast distances across a spherical planet, which means level with the horizon is a constantly changing angle. If a submarine travels thousands of miles from the equator to the North Pole, keeping the platform locked to its exact starting angle will eventually point the sensors straight up into space relative to the curved ground below. This curvature error tilts the platform relative to the Earth, which once again allows gravity to bleed into the forward sensors and ruins the isolation effect. A rigidly perfect gyroscope becomes a liability on a curved planet unless it can adapt to its journey. To fix this, the INS actively talks to itself. As accelerometers calculate distance traveled, the computer maps it along Earth's mathematical curve. It then sends a physical command back to the gyroscopes, forcing them to slightly adjust their tilt to perfectly match the new horizon. The sensors track the motion, the computer maps it to Earth, and gyros micro-adjust the sensors to keep them accurate. This self-correcting mechanical loop allows military fleets to traverse the globe enveloped in absolute, unjammable autonomy.